The pedals on your BMX bike may seem like a really insignificant upgrade, but depending on your style of riding and your preference, they actually make a pretty big deal. I remember early on when I first got my bike and I started upgrading it, pedals were one of the first things that I'd upgrade, mostly because they were affordable and it was a cheap, easy way to add different colors to my bike. I think I bought some shadow bright blue pedals, then bright white pedals, then bright yellow pedals. I just changed them out and bought a bunch of pedals because I couldn't afford forks, bars, cranks, anything like that. And if you're upgrading your pedals, make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. There are some really cheap pedals out there and there are some really high quality, expensive pedals out there, and you need to find somewhere in the middle that fits with your style of riding. Someone in the Discord asked, I need y'all's opinion about pedals and suggestions which one to buy. He's wondering what's the difference and which one's better between plastic pedals and alloy pedals, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So plastic pedals are made of plastic. Typically, they're a little bit lighter and they don't last nearly as long. The plastic on the pedals can get ground down if you put your pedal down anytime, anytime your pedal touches the ground and your bike's moving, the ground's gonna be shaving off plastic pieces. And so this tends to make your pedals not last very long. On the live stream last week, we did talk about some new pedals from Eclat that are designed for pedal slides, but we're not covering those in this video. Basically, plastic pedals don't last as long. They're a little bit lighter and they're a lot cheaper. Alloy pedals are for the more serious people who need quite a bit more grip. Typically, alloy pedals are going to last longer. They're not a whole lot heavier than plastic pedals. I mean, they are technically heavier, but not a whole lot heavier. And they've got more pins and sharper pins that are going to grip a lot better to your shoes. So typically, you're going to see street riders riding plastic pedals, and you may see park and dirt riders riding alloy pedals with pins because they're doing all these tail whips and taking their feet off a lot, and they want their feet to be glued. As soon as their feet go back on the pedals, they want their feet to be locked on. And so you're gonna see different types of people riding different types of pedals. So basically, here's the overall breakdown. Okay, plastic pedals, a lot more affordable. Alloy pedals are more expensive. Alloy pedals are gonna last a little bit longer, so then you can justify spending a little bit more money. Plastic pedals aren't gonna last near as long. Alloy pedals tend to have better grip, and the grip tends to last longer. Another cool thing about alloy pedals is if your grip, if your pins wear down, you can usually unscrew your pins and re-screw new pins in for a fresh new grip. So that way, if your plastic pedals are worn down, you've got to replace the whole pedal. If your alloy pedals are worn down, you can just replace the pins, assuming that it's the pins that's worn down. So you get more bang for your buck in multiple uses out of the alloy pedals. The price ranges though depend on the type of pedal you get. I've seen alloy pedals cost well over $100, while most high-end plastic pedals are going to cost you less than $30. So that's what you can consider spending if you're thinking about doing alloy. Do you really need pedals that are going to grip that much better and last that much longer? Is it worth spending 3 times the price on them? That's something that you're going to have to decide. And if you want help from other BMX nerds to figure out what you should buy to upgrade your bike, ask a question in the BMX Nerds Discord and the BMX Nerds Network community. Come over into that community. There's a ton of other BMX nerds ready to answer your questions and help you learn more about BMX. I can't wait to see you in there. The link for that is in the description.